live for. It's win or go home, a place at this year's EuroLeague Women Final Fours on the line. Games do not get any bigger than this one here this evening. We are all tied, 1 win each. 2 weeks ago, it was Cukurova who came away with a 79-62 win here on their home floor. Last week, Zaragoza took it all the way to the buzzer, came away with a 1-point win back in Spain. And now we have game day 3, the one to settle it all. Who will be at the 2024 EuroLeague Women Final Fours? We have 40 minutes of basketball ahead of us to decide which team will make an appearance. Zaragoza have looked strong in the second half of game 2 last week, but they were pushed all the way. Amazing scenes though in that game 2. Over 5,000 jubilant Zaragoza fans were partying in the stands at the final buzzer. However, straight back to business, this tough road trip to Mersin as they try and secure the upset and their spot in the Final Fours. As for Cukurova, well, they would have wanted to get their Final Four spot locked in last week, especially after cruising their way to a 17-point win in game 1 here 2 weeks ago. But that is why we love EuroLeague Women's Basketball so much. It is so unpredictable. It is so hard to work out exactly which team are going to pick up the wins each week. Cukurova clearly favourites heading into today's game. Home court advantage as well will play towards that favour as well. We are just moments away from the opening tip here. And we're underway here in Mersin. Apologies for the technical issues at the moment we're having. Let's see how Zaragoza get this game underway. It's going to be an important opening phase of play as they try and assert themselves here on the road. First foul of the game is called as Diallo ends up on the floor. A little bit of heavy-handed play from Mavunga. Those two are going to be going to battle again for 40 minutes. Diallo now against Mavunga. Double team comes down, goes baseline, throws it away though. Copper will pick up the loose ball. She'll go coast to coast, gets the score. Kalia Copper. The crowd will be happy to see that one drop early in the game. Ortiz now marshalling the troops in front of her. Hands it to Fibic. Fibic for three! Hits the opening jumper. Leonie Fibic averaging over 12 points a game, shooting 44% from outside this season, the German international. Copper hands it away to Mabry. Mabry being harassed by Atkinson. It's off the foot though, so it will be a fresh 14 for Cukurova to work with. Mabry now looking for the step back. Atkinson closely guarding. Diallo hedges. Copper comes up short. Fibic with the rebound. Fed down into the low post. Gulbe forced along the baseline. Diallo trying to feed Ortiz, but it will be thrown away and will be a turnover. Head down into the low post. Mavunga will kick it back out to Ipupa. Patience here. Shot clock down to 4 though. Mabry kicks it out wide open. 3-ball is good. Maria Araujo drops the 3-ball. 2-point lead for Cukurova. Atkinson fades away, draws the foul off Copper. You can see intent here from the Cukurova defense as they look to try and lock out and be more a part of this game. Atkinson hits the first of her 2. 76% free throw shooter. This is game number 15 this season for Atkinson in EuroLeague Women's. Brings it back to a tied ball game here. Apologies for the graphic on the screen. At the moment doesn't have the shot clock or the game clock. Atkinson bringing it up over the half. Drives inside, gets the roll. That's just tough play by Tanea Atkinson. That's a style of play that she's brought to the floor this season for the Spanish team. Mabry off the screen, too heavy, long rebound, falls kindly into the hands of Atkinson. Ortiz has it batted away. Diallo holds on to it. Backcourt violation though as Diallo falls into the backcourt. Bumper crowd here in Mersin. Turkey obviously loves its basketball. And the crowd here for Cukurova are out in full force. Mavunga trying to find a way past Diallo. Has to come out to Araujo. Puts up the 3 as the shot clock expires. Good defense from Zaragoza. A little bit loose from the home team. Batted away by Ipupa. Sideline ball for Zaragoza. Ortiz up over the half. Feeds the low post to Diallo. Diallo certainly played her part in game 2. And that one's out of bounds. Shot clock was almost expired anyway. And right now it's defense that's leading the way. Do bear in mind we have the 5th best defense and the best defense on show. Zaragoza conceding just about 63 points a game. Cukurova nearly 67. Apologies that we missed that transition. Ipupa pulls up, short range 2 is good. Diallo now, look at the intensity here from Cukurova. Denying everything, shot clock down to 5. 5-inch off the glass for 2. That's what Fibic brings you. She is a scorer through and through. Has led the way in scoring. Slowed up in the second half of the regular season though, Leonie Fibic, mainly because teams were focusing in on closing her out of the game. Araujo off the glass. Almost a perfect mirror of Zaragoza's score at the other end of the floor. Out of bounds called. Zaragoza will make a change. Apologies for the scoreboard on the screen, that's incorrect at the moment. It is 9 to Cukurova, 9 to Zaragoza. Catch and shoot, 3-ball, rattles away. As Himeno tries to introduce herself to the game. Another player that had a big game day too. So last week ended up with 11 points and 4 rebounds against Cukurova back in Zaragoza. Vega Himeno. Gulbe came out for Himeno to come in. Holoshinska was also into the game as Fibic heads to the bench. Holoshinska, another scoring threat for Zaragoza. Strong drive to the basket. Ipupa travels though. Absolutely dragged that pivot foot along the floor. Himeno at the top. Plenty of whistling and booing from the home fans. They're trying to return the favour for what the 5,500 Zaragoza fans gave their team on the road last week. Holoshinska comes up short. Maybury will spark the transition. Crossover is batted away. Good work by Atkinson. And Ipupa ends up kicking that out of bounds. Sideline ball for Zaragoza. Himeno credited with the steal on that one. Ortiz now at the top. Shot clock down to 10. Long two goes up, off left as the scoring has dried up for both teams right now, and that probably suits Zaragoza more than it does Cukurova. Cukurova certainly more scoring talent on the floor, you feel, for Zaragoza. They want to try and keep it maybe below a 70, 75 point ball game if they can. They've got the firepower to stay in it. If they can't, it might be a little bit more problematic. As we see Pointer come into the game, Ortiz come out for Zaragoza. Change for Cukurova as well, as Yaya will come in and Maybury comes out. Another change for Zaragoza. Geldof in, Diallo out. Both coaches running their rotations early here. Aroha goes inside, has to fade away. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Himeno. No, in fact, it's on Geldof. Serena Lynn Geldof, the Belgian international, the Belgian Eurobasket women's gold medalist, steps on the floor and picks up a foul straight away. Araujo at the line for 2. First is good. And the second. Cukurova take a lead as we see a little full court pressure here from Zaragoza. Stolen away, it's a poor pass by Holoshinska. They're going to capitalize. Copper misses the layup. Rebound Ipupa. Back inside to Copper. Knocks Holoshinska to the floor. The officials are not having it. Iverson cut from Atkinson. 3 ball from Holoshinska, back of the iron and away. Batted to Himeno. 8 on the shot clock. Drive inside, Atkinson, long 2, not this time. Where's the foul going to be called? It's going to be called on Mavunga. That's 2 fouls, I think, on Mavunga. That will send her to the bench as coach Yıldızoglu won't want to risk a third. Into the game comes Vida Keys. Baseline ball for Zaragoza. Offensive foul called on Geldof. That's two in quick succession here. Illegal screen off the ball. Cukurova now with a chance to extend that 4-point lead here. Araujo leading the way for Cukurova, has 7 points of the 13. Lob pass inside to Copper. Copper with a little step inside. Foul's going to be called. If that's on Geldof, that's number 3, is it? Or is it on Holoshinska? Yes, Holoshinska picks up the foul, and at the moment, Kalia Copper is a problem for Holoshinska. Struggling to be as physical as she needs to be with her. Splits the free throw, hits the second after missing the first. Araujo picks up her second assist as well. Is that a travel? It is on Holoshinska, an offensive foul call. Double change here for Zaragoza as Holoshinska and Atkinson head to the bench. Kozana comes into the game, as does Fibic for Zaragoza. Keys comes back out now to Yaya. Yaya open for 3. And one's not on target, a little heavy-handed this time. Kozana will draw the foul off Yaya. Scrappy first quarter this, both teams fouling freely. Stop-start game here. Remember, this is a one and done really. The winner of this game heads through to the EuroLeague Women Final Fours. The loser, well, that's the end of their European adventures this season. Pointer kicks it out. Long jumper, no good. Epupa with an easy rebound. Kicks it back out. Araujo rolls home another 3, and she's already up to 10 points. Maria Araujo stepping up in a big way here.
Maç önünde olduğu gibi bir kez daha hatırlatalım, merdivenlerin tamamen boşaltılması gerekiyor. Kulübümüzün herhangi bir ceza
Exactly the start to the game that Cukurova, their players, coaches, management and fans will have wanted. They want a nice high-scoring game. And that is exactly what they've got right now. They lead this one 17-9. We still have 1 minute and 42 left in this first quarter as well. Worrying times for Zaragoza. Both ends of the floor, they need to be more productive. Fibic now to Himeno. Himeno dives inside. Little dump passes too high for Hermosa to hold on to. Pupa hands it away. Smart play here by Cukurova as they slow it down. Keys now spills it, gives it up to Himeno. Good transition here from Zaragoza, but it's slowed down and stolen away. Copper hands it up to Pupa for the little scoop off the glass. Cukurova running away with this one early in the first. Fibic, beautiful footwork, easy score by only Fibic. Takes her tally to 7, 3 from 3 from the field, alongside a free throw. Sorry, alongside a three-pointer, 2 twos. Copper, too heavy, Keys there with the rebound. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Lacazana. Will send Keys to the line, 82% free throw shooter. Cukurova look like and feel like they're starting to get control of this. Back into the game comes Maybury, and entering the game comes Cornelius. Out goes Copper and Ipupa. First is good from Vera Keys. Pointer now, bringing it up for Zaragoza, under a little bit of double team pressure. Just get it over the half in time. Pointer kicks it back out. Some composure needed here from the Spanish team. Lacazana inside, that's an awkward shot. Who's coming away with it? Maybury leads the pass out to Keys. Oh, almost and one. Vida Keys can't quite get the score, but will be back at the free throw line. The final seconds of this first quarter. 1.2 seconds remaining, and Cukurova, well, what a first quarter they have had here. He's hit the first of her two. Her tally now up to 5 points. And Cukurova will be more than happy with the end of this first quarter here. What a first 10 minutes of basketball for the Turkish team. They lead this one 23-11. Remember, this is game 3. This is the
Onlar için Sevgili basketbol severler,
No
bu maçta
surprise for
sizlere sürpriz
Cukurova
hediyeler
in the first
kazanabileceğiniz
five,
bir
back
çekiliş
on the floor. They
gerçekleştiriyoruz.
want to keep the momentum going. What a first quarter for them. 23-11, both ends of the floor. Getting the job done here in game 3 in front of rapturous
bir kişiye Cukurova Basketbol atkısı ve bir kişiye de Kadınlar Basketbol Süper Ligi'nde istediği herhangi bir maça çift kişilik hediye bilet vereceğiz. Cukurova Basketbol hesabını takip edin ve son paylaşımını
Second quarter underway here in Mersin. Game 3 of the quarterfinal series of EuroLeague women between Cukurova and Zaragoza. 10 minutes in the book, and the home team are taking big steps towards the final fours. They lead by 12 right now. Glide inside, off the glass is good for Cornelius. It's now down to Coach Cantero and his team. How does Zaragoza disrupt this game? Because they're going to have to. Free ball goes up and it's good. That is absolutely a way to disrupt this game. Kayla Pointer gets her first score on the books. Only averaging 5 points a game, the late addition, the American, to this Zaragoza roster. Keys for three. Good chase out in the end by Hermosa. Ivic working the pick and roll with Hermosa. Gets the score.
Hermosa.
Defensively now, Zaragoza need to lock this quarter down. They can't afford another 20-point-plus quarter from Cukurova. Off target by Cornelius from the elbow. And an easy layup for Fibic, and I'm not surprised that Coach Yıldızoğlu wants to talk a timeout now, because is not good for them. An early 7 points here in just about 90 seconds of basketball is what Zaragoza have scored. It's been pretty easy in this quarter for Zaragoza, and Coach Yıldızoğlu wants to talk it over.
Bir kez daha hatırlatalım, bu maçta sizlere sürpriz hediyeler kazanabileceğiniz bir çekiliş gerçekleştiriyoruz. Hemen Instagram'da Cukurova Basketbol hesabını takip edin ve son paylaşımın altına iki arkadaşınızı etiketleyin. Çekiliş sonunda bir kişiye takım imzalı forma, bir kişiye imzalı basketbol topu, bir kişiye Cukurova Basketbol atkısı ve bir kişiye de Kadınlar Basketbol Süper Ligi maçlarımızdan istediği herhangi bir maça çift kişilik
What Coach Cantero will have wanted though, a 7-2 start in the first 90 seconds of this. Almost 2 minutes now of this second quarter. Zaragoza back to within 7.
Kullanıcı adımız Instagram'da Cukurova Basketbol.
Down to Cukurova to pick up their defense again, as they did in that first quarter. They only conceded 11 in the entire first quarter. They conceded 7 in the first minute and a half of this second quarter. Pupa now with the ball, double screen down for Mabry to come up. Pass inside with Keys, easy score. Poor interior defense from Zaragoza. A lovely play off the coach's clipboard there for Cukurova. That's almost off target for Jimeno. Pointer, that's off the hands of Araujo. Baseline ball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock for Zaragoza. Pointer feeds Ortiz. Back out to Pointer. Shot clock down to 1. Pointer's not going to get it away. She gets a prayer away. But it's a shot clock violation. That is poor from Zaragoza. No awareness of the time situation that they were against. Turnover, and Cukurova with a chance to get their lead extended back out to double digits. Mabry being harassed by Ortiz. That's a battle of two tenacious competitors. Marina Mabry against Mariana Ortiz. Foul called. As we see Atkinson come back in for Zaragoza. Out goes Pointer. Cukurova also going to make a change as Araujo heads out and Hollingsworth comes in. Mabry, though, will be at the line for two. 77% prior to today's game from the line, Marina Mabry, but wow, what can you say about her? Helped Skio to the bronze medal at EuroLeague Women Final Fours last year. Made the move across to Cukurova in the off-season, averaging just shy of 19 points, 5 rebounds and 4.5 assists a game. Tells you just how good Mabry is. Ortiz now passes it inside. It's off the elbow of Virakis though, so baseline ball for Zaragoza. Atkinson hands it back to Fibic for three. Zaragoza needed that one. Cukurova's lead still at 11. Knocked away by Ortiz, but only out of bounds, so it will remain Cukurova ball on the baseline. You just feel that at the moment this game is a little bit treading water. Neither team taking control. Foul called on Ortiz as Copper comes around that screen with some real venom. Copper will go to the line for 2 shots. Copper, one of the later additions alongside Stephanie Mavunga into this Cukurova team, really for the postseason. This is game day 3 in EuroLeague Women this season for Kalia Copper. Obviously, plenty of history in the competition. The regular season MVP back in 2022. But what a couple of games she's had. She had 17 in game 2, 20 in game 1. She's doing a good job here again today. Takes her tally now out to 7. And she steals it away. Pass is poor though, stolen back by Fibic. Ortiz out to Jimeno. Jimeno drives inside. Tough shot, will draw the foul off Mabry. Mabry was looking for the travel call. Jimeno will go to the line for 2 shots. Second season at Zaragoza for Vega Jimeno. Veteran forward, getting it done in the closing stages of this season. And a season high 13 against Lublin in the final day of the regular season. It's an important win for Zaragoza, helping them push their way into the postseason. 2 from 2 from the line for Jimeno. We'll see her head to the bench as Alexa Gulbe comes back in. Still an 11-point lead though for Cukurova. You feel that they've got them at arm's length at the moment and they're in control. Mabry against Ortiz, just turns a corner. Hollingsworth. Is she called for the foul? I think she might be. Quanitra Hollingsworth called for the foul. A little bit overly aggressive, going for that offensive rebound. Just a reminder, the other 2 game 3s in these quarterfinals are taking place this evening as well, as DBTK take on Villeneuve d'Ascq. At the moment, the underdogs, Villeneuve d'Ascq, are up by 7 with under 2 minutes played in that one. FIBA hits a three. How much are Zaragoza going to need Leone Fibic this evening to keep them in this game? Pupa to Hollingsworth now. Drives inside, little running right hand is good. Juanitra Hollingsworth gets the score. Regular fixture here, the veteran big Hollingsworth. Season number 3 in Mersin for her. Drive inside, Atkinson. That's a tough play, will draw the foul. I think it's Hollingsworth picking up her second foul. And Coach Quintero wants to bring Diallo into the game, maybe to exploit that. I have a feeling that Coach Yodozolu will make some change. He does. As back into the game comes Arojo. Was not happy. Atkinson misses the first of her 2 at the line. Can't get the second to go. Rebound falls kindly to Keys. Mabry now draws the double team. Copper, 3-ball goes up. Foul's going to be called. Looked like an illegal screen to me, but foul on the shot is called on Fibic, so Copper will head to the line for 3 shots. Zaragoza with the change. Lacazana comes in, Fibic heads to the bench. Right now you feel as though Zaragoza are just looking for an answer, a way to disrupt this game, a way to be a little bit more controlling, because Cukurova seem to be managing the game pretty well right now, although Copper misses the free throw. One of the biggest names in the world, Kalia Copper, gold medalist for the USA at the Women's World Cup in Australia back in 2022. Will get the second and third free throws to drop. Ortiz now hands it away to Atkinson. Cukurova sit in a zone defense. Lacazana for 3, clips the iron. And it's scooped up eventually by Copper. That's some good hustle by Cukurova. Copper draws almost a triple team against the score. There's the flex, Kalia Copper. Getting it done the tough way. 4.5 minutes left here in the first half, and Cukurova up by 14 right now. Lacazana turned away. Atkinson drives inside and just drops it out of bounds. And Zaragoza all at sea. They just do not have a way to compete here right now. Mabry. Pass inside, lovely pass. That's great vision by Marina Mabry. An easy finish for Keeson. Timeout called by Coach Quintero. Game high 16-point lead here for Cukurova. An exit at the quarterfinals is staring Zaragoza in the face right now, and that's why they've called a timeout. They need to talk this game over. They need to change the direction of travel. They need to do it very, very quickly. Just to break it down, it's basket by basket to fight their way back into game 3 here. Horn's offense sets up. Gulbe hands it back out to Atkinson. Atkinson drives inside, out to Lacazana, short. Long rebound will just drop out of bounds as maybe Pupa just shepherds that one out. Lacazana comes out, as does Atkinson. Oleszynska and Fibic come back in. A little bit more scoring on the floor for Coach Cantero. Mabry now, possession at the top. Feeds it inside. Diallo bullies. Keys out the way, but it's a foul called on Diallo. Neither team in the penalty just yet, so we aren't quite at the free throw stage here. Copper will come out of the game. Back in comes Derin Yaya. Mabry. That's short. Pointing out, back to Oleszynska. Shot clock to 6, pointer wide open. Patience from Zaragoza pays off. They didn't rush that offense. They knew it was going to deliver. It was going to give them an open shot. They waited for that shot to show up. At the other end of the floor, Marina Mabry continues to put in a shift. 6 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Mabry, the facilitator, has turned up today. Pointer feeds it to Diallo, cut from Gulbe. He's blocked and is fouled the second time. Rojo called for the foul. Gulbe will go to the line for 2 shots. 76% free throw shooter, Alexa Gulbe. 24-year-old really starting to become a key piece of the puzzle here in Zaragoza. Played in Avenida last season, the Latvian international. Two from the line for her, and that's important every time they get a chance just to chip away at this Cukurova lead. They need to take it. Mabry now. Cut by Ipupa. Blocked. Big defensive play by Gulbe. Gets the block and the rebound. Oleszynska drives inside. Diallo, short corner 2 is good. And Zaragoza just finding a little bit of momentum. And Coach Iodozolo has seen enough. He doesn't want to see any more right now. Calls a timeout as he tries to tighten up the Cukurova defense again. Their lead is down to just 11 now. Biggest lead of the game for them was 16. Timeout for Cukurova. From Zaragoza coming out of their timeout just a couple of minutes ago. Will Cukurova react from their timeout in a similar way? Zaragoza not played particularly well in this first half where they know they can play. So if they can be within single digits at the half, they'll almost see that as a moral victory and will take confidence with that, knowing if they can put in a better second half performance, got a chance of coming away with the upset and a spot at the EuroLeague Women Final Fours. Zaragoza now sitting in the zone defense. Copper in and out, draws the foul off Diallo. Diallo chasing that one out a little hard and catching Copper's foot or ankle. She's looks like she's okay. Copper walking her way to the free throw line. A little over 90 seconds left here in the first half. It was a close game up to really halfway through that first quarter, and that's when Cukurova just stepped on the gas and pulled away. Copper misses the first of her two. They're led by 12 at the end of that first quarter. And with that make from Copper, they lead by 12 again here now. Game high lead of 16 for Cukurova. Copper misses the second, so it's 19 points each here in this second quarter. That plays towards the favor of the team from Mersin, the home team. Diallo drives inside, kicks it out. Gulbe open for three. That's a big shot. Zaragoza back to within 9. A single-digit lead now for Cukurova. That's big. Mabry for three. Not this time. Diallo with the rebound. That would have been a big shot for Marina Mabry. Not this time. Final minute of the first half. Pointer. Oh, bullet pass inside. Oh, but the miss from Diallo. Catch and shoot. Fibic. Corner pocket three. No good. Long rebound. Where's it gone? It's gone to Fibic. Mabry will scoop up the loose ball, and it's a 4-on-2 break here. Pass inside to Copper. The score in transition. Copper. Out of 3-second differential between the shot clock and the first half clock. Cukurova lead this one by 11 again. Gulbe feeds Diallo. Diallo down low. Lovely drop step. Good defense by Keys. Stolen away. Copper looking to go coast to coast. Ends up on the floor. It will be a Zaragoza ball. Huge amount of contact. It's just down to how the referees interpret who was making the contact. Is that the half time? Is that what the officials are saying? It looks like it is. A dramatic way to close out the first half here in Mersin. But the half-time score right now sees the home team taking a big
Arabesk falan çalsın, göbek atalım ya. Abi azıcık göbek atalım ya. So you go crazy on my Friday. The killers start giving me a migraine. We ain't at night, getting sloppy, so I'm out. Man, I don't cap with 1,000. Big boy, I could go start bouncing. Standing outside of Versace. Fuck it, let's go, mariachi.
Cukurova, 5 on the floor first. They're ready to go. Mavunga and Ipupa there, alongside Mabry. Rojo for Zaragoza, it's Atkinson, Diallo, Fibic, Jimeno and Ortiz.
Savunmada destek devam ediyor. Spurs.
Ortiz now brings it up and hands it to Diallo. How will Zaragoza react out of the half-time locker? Ortiz wide open, won't take the three though. That tells you a lot about Ortiz and her confidence from outside. Diallo goes to the reverse layup and gets the first score of the second half. Patience here for Cukurova. Mabry. Feeds it inside to Mavunga. Copper for three. In and out as the shot clock expires. Mavunga with the O board though. Misses the putback. Will get it a second time. Picks up her 4th rebound of the game. Diallo now. Goes straight out Mavunga. Kicked out, good ball movement. Jimeno for three from the corner pocket. Comes away hobbling a little though, Jimeno. That brings Zaragoza back to within 8. Substitution's going to be called as Vega Jimeno cannot carry on. Gulbe will come back in for her. She'll head straight to the bottom of the bench to get some assistance from the Zaragoza medical team. Pupa to inbound for Cukurova. Crowd a little bit quiet here at the start of the second half. Pupa almost spills it. She does. It will be Zaragoza ball. Team spirit there from Gulbe, helping Pupa back to her feet. Here's the move from before from Mavunga. Oh, strong. This is the second that gets the eventual score. Steal by Ipupa. Mabry for three is short. Diallo with the rebound. Her 5th rebound of the game. Ortiz now carry as she steps away through. If anything, it's a travel or a carry. Either way, it's a turnover. Mabry now on the wing. Zaragoza sitting in a 2-3 zone. Ipupa can't get the score as the lane opened up. She's going to draw the foul from Diallo instead. Diallo's frustrated with the call. Good to see some young faces in the crowd enjoying the game.
Casademont Zaragoza'nın 1. takım faul.
Baseline ball now for Cukurova. Copper, short 2. No good. Rebound by Gulbe. 5th rebound of the game for her as well. Doing a good job on the boards, Alexa Gulbe. Fibic pulls up. Tough jumper. Copper all over her defensively. Cukurova ball on the baseline. Bit of a fragmented start here to the third quarter, and that probably helps Zaragoza. They don't want a free-flowing, open-scoring game. They want it to be a little bit slower and scrappy. Gives them the chance to chip their way back into this one, and they have outscored Cukurova 5-2 to start this second half. Foul's going to be called. In fact, no, steps out of bounds, Atkinson. Disagreement between Ortiz and Atkinson. Pupa skips it to Mabry. Araujo behind the back. Foul's going to be called. I think that one's on Atkinson. It is.
Atkinson. Birinci faul. Casademont Zaragoza'nın ikinci takım faul.
Second team foul of the quarter for Zaragoza. Just about 3 minutes gone in this third quarter in what is quite a hushed arena right now. They were loud early in the first half. It's quietened down a little bit here after the halftime break. Almost stolen away. Mabry will pull the trigger on a three. Oh, a little bit fortunate for the ball to come her way, but not fortunate with the jumper. That is a sweep stroke from Marina Mabry. Ortiz, pass to the short corner two for Diallo, no good. Mabry with the rebound, trying to inject a little energy, little pace into the game. Oh, big outlet pass. Diallo on the floor, Mavunga at the basket. Just like that, it is out to a 12-point lead here for Cukurova. Atkinson against Mabry. Shot clock down to 3. Diallo's going to have to put something up. In fact, Atkinson is. What's the call? The shot clock violation is called. That's going to be a turnover. As Cukurova look to push on right now. I think the officials are going to go and review this one, whether the foul was before the shot clock violation or not. They go into the game tape. Officials are just, I think, having a look to see if a foul call was before the shot clock violation, because obviously that would certainly change the call. Apologies with the technical issues we're having with the feed at the moment. 12-point lead for Cukurova, under 6 minutes to play here on their home floor. Remember, winner of today's game will be heading to the Final Four in a little over a month's time. Officials are happy now. It will just be a 24-second shot clock violation, so a turnover. Cukurova ball. Double change here for Zaragoza as Hermosa and Pointer come in. Diallo and Atkinson head to the bench. And you feel that Cukurova right now, if they could just put a little bit more intensity, a little bit more of their energy levels on the floor in the next 2 or 3 minutes, it could break this game open. Mavunga with the score off the sweep. Pass down to the low post from Mabry. Gulbe has to come back out, harassed by Araujo. Drive inside is rejected. Mavunga bats it away. Other end of the floor, Pupa. Stolen back though by Gulbe. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Pupa. She tries to dive in and get it back.
Olivier Pupa, birinci faul. Cukurova Basketbol'un birinci takım faul.
First team foul of the quarter for Cukurova.
Farkı bir kez daha 14'e yükselttik. Rakibi kırmamız lazım artık bu dakikalarda. Zaragoza hücumunda. Ufuklar çok yüksek. Servet Azegül'de.
Important phase of the game now. Halfway through this third quarter. 5-inch down in the low post against Copper. Kicks it out, Ortiz for 3. Too heavy, rebound by Kalia Copper. And Ortiz has struggled from outside this season, 16%. Really has no confidence, and absolutely Cukurova are playing to that. A nice score by Araujo, as Mabry continues to be the provider, facilitator. Marina Mabry. That's 9 assists for her now in this game. Got more assists than points, Marina Mabry. Rube inside. Shot clock down to 3. Ortiz is going to have to throw something up. Drives at the basket. It's going to be too late though. In fact, a foul has been called on the floor. Maria Araujo called for the foul. That is a get out of jail free for Zaragoza. Smart play though by Mariana Ortiz. Went to the line for 2 shots, and it looked like it was a lost cause as they not created anything in that shot clock. Ortiz misses the first of her free throws. The second is good though.
Casademont Zaragoza bądź değişikliği gra bądź numara Petra Olesinska.
Mabry. Step back 3 ball for Mabry. It's too heavy. Long rebound. Gets her own rebound. Oh, Marina Mabry. That is absolutely what a leader looks like. Mabry had a taste of EuroLeague Women Final Fours last year with Skio in that final second buzzer beater for Skio by Sventalaika. She wants to go back again, maybe get a little bit further up the podium. Team lead by 17. Copper make that 20. Cukurova are absolutely dominating this game right now. They have outscored Zaragoza 15-6 in this quarter. A little over. Huge final 3.5 minutes of this third quarter here for Zaragoza. They trail by 20. They are not a high scoring team. They only average 66.4 points 8 games, Zaragoza. And Cukurova has scored 20 points in every quarter so far. 15 in this quarter, but with not bet against them getting 20 again here. That is not a scoring rate that Zaragoza can probably stay with. Pointer now has it stripped away. Oh, Mabry on the hardwood locks it up. Another big play by Marina Mabry. Possession arrow points in favour of Cukurova, so it will be a turnover. A bit of sweat on the floor that the players and officials are just trying to squeak off with the sneaks. Crowd are back into it here The last couple of minutes has certainly been exhilarating basketball from the home team. Mavunga skips it to the corner to Ipupa. Inside, Mavunga will get the score. How many times have we seen that little pass to the wing and cut to the basket from Mavunga in this second half? Hardly had an impact in the first half. Up to 8 points now in the second. Foul's going to be called. Third foul of the quarter for Cukurova. Ipupa called for the foul. Olashinska. Mosa inside to Atkinson, rejected by Araujo. In fact, Mabry given the rejection. Atkinson rips it back the other way though. Mabry absolutely all over this game. A warrior, a competitor, a real leader, whichever team she ends up playing for. No good. Offensive foul is called here on Kalia Copper. Holding foul as she looks to go to battle against Olashinska. It's been a bit of a physical battle between those two all game. Not sure if that's a hangover for maybe something that happened in game 1 or game 2 of this series. Cornelius into the game. Olashinska fakes the three. Free throw line jumper is good. Petra Olashinska, one of the only real true scorers in that Zaragoza team. Had a slow start to the season, but picked up a contribution towards the back end. Nice pass inside, and once again Mavunga with the easy score, right up close and personal to the bucket. Stephanie Mavunga, double digits for her now, as well as 5 rebounds. 22-point lead, 6 left on the shot clock for Zaragoza. Olashinska rattles it around the rim and away. Cukurova, what a job they've done here in the third quarter, outscoring Zaragoza 19-8 so far. Oh, Mabry will get the score. Mabry has 11 assists. And now she has 10 points. There's your double-double for Marina Mabry. What a game for her. Phenomenal. Oh, what a save from Copper. Mavunga ducks inside, loses possession though. Olashinska picks up the loose ball. The game is opening up a little bit here as we're in the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Pointer slows it down as Cukurova lead by 24 points. Pointer for 3. High arcing, high rebound. Copper pulls it down for her 4th board of the game. Pulls up long 2, no good. That will be the end of the third quarter. A third quarter dominated by the
Hatırlatalım bu maçta sizlere sadece şu anda salonda olan taraftarlarımıza özel bir çekilişimiz var. Instagram'da Cukurova Basketbol sayfasını hala takip etmeyen var mı acaba? Hala Instagram'da Cukurova Basketbol sayfasını takip etmeyen var mı? Eğer hala etmiyorsanız şu anda Instagram'da Cukurova Basketbol sayfasını takip ederek son paylaşımımızı, parkeye çıktığımız paylaşımı beğenerek altına 2 arkadaşınızı etiketleyerek çekilişe katılabilirsiniz. Sadece bu salonda olan isimler için geçerli. Çekiliş sonunda
Just a reminder, all the game threes of the quarterfinal series are taking place this evening. In Hungary, DVTK trail 26-38 to Villeneuve d'Ascq at the half-time. We are 5 minutes away from the tip-off in Prague as Praha go up against Skia. Remember, already there, waiting in the final fours is Fenerbahce. Just wait to see which 3 teams will join them. As it looks right now, we potentially are going to see Cukurova as the second team to lock in their final four spot, unless Zaragoza can have the biggest quarter of basketball for their entire season. Foul called on Atash for manhandling Fibic. Baseline ball for Zaragoza. Foul off the ball is going to be called, I think, on Cornelius, just holding on to Lacazano as she came around that screen. Two early fouls here for Cukurova. Maybe that is a way back in for Zaragoza. Not a great free throw shooting team though, less than 73%. Ortiz comes up short. Diallo battling hard for the rebound. Foul's going to be called. Is that one on Keys? I think it is. That will send Diallo to the line. 3 very early fouls in this quarter for Cukurova as Zaragoza throw everything in the kitchen sink at the start of this fourth quarter, trying to get their way back in. First is good for Diallo, just a 50% free throw shooter prior to today's game across EuroLeague women this season. 14 against Cukurova last week in game 2 of the series. Hasn't quite had the same impact here today, just 6 points and 6 rebounds for Cristela Diallo. Back into the 2-3 zone for Zaragoza now. Trying to feed the low post, nothing there. And that's thrown away, it's a poor pass by Jimeno. Fibic couldn't hold on to it. Quintero's body language absolutely says how frustrated he is. Out of the game comes Atash and Yaya, back in comes Mabry and Copper. The 2 leading protagonists here this evening for Cukurova. Mabry with a double-double, stolen away though. Ortiz goes coast to coast for the 2. Back to a 20-point ball game now. Inside, an easy score for Virakis. Ortiz kicks it. Jimeno for 3. Back of the iron and away. Cornelius will draw the foul. Ends up on the floor. A grimace as she potentially leaves a little bit of skin on the hardwood. Ortiz called for that foul. Sideline ball for Cukurova. Mabry almost has it stolen away, recovers, corner pocket 3 is good for Cornelius. And the smile on her face tells you a lot as Cukurova are edging their way towards the Final Four. They talked about it last season in Prague, how as a club they wanted to be regulars. They wanted a dynasty. They wanted to be a name that everyone expected to be at the Final Fours. They weren't able to come away with the trophy last year. They met, well, probably what is the finest 40 minutes of EuroLeague women's basketball we've seen. Fenerbahce put a show on in that final. Forced to walk away with the silver. But they're up by 25 here now. That time, Mabry with the 3 ball as she looks to extend what is already a very impressive stat line. Diallo's going to draw the foul off Mavunga. And we'll head back to the free throw line. A 28-point lead now. Surely that is too far for Zaragoza to fight their way back in, even with Cukurova now being in the penalty. Second is no good. The lead stays at 27. Mabry now. Double team look to hedge out on her. She quickly goes around it. Cornelius drives the baseline. Ortiz will pick up the rebound as Zaragoza continue to try and scrap their way back into this one. Ortiz out to Diallo. Mid-range 2 is short. Rebound by Mavunga. Quiet anticipation here in the arena. As the fans here in Mersin don't want to get too excited too soon. Mavunga for 3. Too much on that one. Rebound though spills out to Ortiz. Fibic on the floor, on her haunches, doesn't look comfortable. Worrying sight for Zaragoza fans, not just for EuroLeague women thoughts, but also for their domestic season. Looks like she took maybe a shot to the face. Substitution's going to be called here. As Atkinson comes into the game. Lakozana comes out. Atkinson now with the ball. Handed away to Ortiz, and Zaragoza need to work with a lot more urgency. Jimeno for 3. That's what she did in game 2. Shot the lights out, Vega Jimeno. More pressure needed on the ball from Zaragoza though. Cukurova can just burn clock if they don't put pressure on. Mabry splits the defense, kicks it to Keys. Around the rim and away. Still a 25-point lead. Sorry, 24-point lead for Cukurova. Rejected. Loose ball picked up by Diallo, and the pass back is poor, and it will be a backcourt violation.
Bu maçı şu anda Servet Tazegül Spor Salonu'nda takip eden 7.000
the 3 ball from Jimeno.
Alkışlar bu sefer
Big shot.
sizler için.
Those kind of shots that Zaragoza need to go to early in the shot clock. They're going to sit in this 2-3 zone though. Cukurova looking to break it with 2 post players. Elbow jumper for Mavunga, no good. Jimeno hands it to Ortiz. Slow offense again here from Zaragoza. The time is against them. If they want any chance of fighting their way back into this one, there has to be urgency in the way they play. They have to give up the patient build-up that they're used to. Ortiz for 3. Looks like she heaved that one a little. Mabry harassed by Ortiz. Foul's going to be called.
4 numara Marion Ortiz. Üçüncü faul.
The yellow will come out of the game as Geldof comes back in for Zaragoza. 5.5 minutes left here in one of these teams' European season. It feels like it's going to be the Spanish team Zaragoza who bow out of EuroLeague women at the quarter-final stage. It does feel like Cukurova are close to securing it. Oh, Cornelius with another three. She just leaves it hanging there nice and high. Cukurova continue to dominate. They are now slipping into cruise control here on their home floor in front of their home fans. Cornelius again for three. Oh, it's raining triples. Laura Cornelius just draining it from all over the floor right now. What a game she's having. 11 points. She's played less than 10 minutes. Timeout's been called here by Coach Quintero as he sees their season in Europe fading and fading fast. They trail by 28 here. One last chance to fight their way back in, but under 5 minutes to play. Feeling they know how close they are to a Final Four appearance for back-to-back years. Not many of these players were here last season when Cukurova made it. That will not matter to them one bit. Every player wants to be on the biggest stages, and no stage comes any bigger in women's basketball around the world than the EuroLeague Women Final Fours. Ortiz now on the wing. Back to Geldof, Copper all over her. Cukurova not taking any possessions off.
Üçüncü faul. Casademont Zaragoza'nın üçüncü takım faulü.
Flybic called for the foul as Copper will head to the free.
Kyle Cooper. İki serbest atış kullanacak.
Another big night for Copper. That takes it to 19 points, playing almost 32 minutes here of the 36. Can't get the second to drop though, and Geldof will pull in the rebound. Now it's going to be called on Vera Keith. She's getting a bit overly physical with Jimeno. Out of the game will come Kalia Copper. Into the game comes Sinem Atash, and you do wonder if that's Coach Yilda Zolu saying that's it. He's pretty confident they're there now. They're up by 29, just about 4 minutes to play. Jimeno at the line for 2 shots, and Vega Jimeno won't step back from the game. She'll battle to the final buzzer. Gets them both to go. Jimeno now up to 10 points personal. Cukurova won the first quarter, won the third, and are winning this fourth quarter by 3, but it was the third quarter that blew this game open. They won that one by 13. Mabry fouled by Jimeno. Mabry getting a little bit silly. Technical foul's going to be called on Marina Mabry, and there is always that side to Mabry's game. There is always that side that she plays so close to the edge emotionally. And it can quite fire up and tip over. So Mabry picks up the technical foul. They'll go up and Jimeno will shoot the technical free throw first, then they'll come back down the floor for it to be Cukurova's ball. Crowd are certainly getting behind this one. Some of the players on the bench. Jimeno not put off one iota by the noise. Still though a 26-point ball game here in Mersin as Cukurova cruising their way through to this year's EuroLeague Women Final Fours. They'll join Fenerbahce, who secured theirs with a 2-0 series win last week against Avenida. They were pushed hard in both games, to be fair. Mabry way downtown, too heavy, long rebound to Cornelius. Her first board of the game. Rebound pulled in by Mavunga. Mabry for three, nails another three and looks to the crowd for some love. And now she's got herself ejected out of the game. That is a silly, silly move by Marina Mabry. She may smile about it, but it's pure frustration having a player behave that way right in front of the Zaragoza bench, doing the sleeping sign. And you know what? I agree with that technical foul. Getting that out of the game for me is a good move. But what a game from Marina Mabry. Bar the two technical fouls, she has put in a huge performance here, and one of the big reasons why Cukurova are marching their way through to the Final Fours. She has 16 points, 14 assists, and 8 rebounds to her name, as well as a block. So close to a triple-double if she could have just stayed in the game and not done something so silly. Instead, she'll now have to head to the locker room and miss out on the celebrations. Jimeno now back at the line for the technical free throw, as Yaya has come in to replace Mabry. Cukurova looking to make another change here as well. I think Yalchin might be coming into the game. Jimeno has come out of the game, and is that Coach Quintero conceding this one? As all smiles for Laura Cornelius as she comes to the bench, having hit, well, huge three after huge three after huge three towards her 11 points. Gulbe now for Zaragoza. Final 3 minutes of this game. Ortiz hands it inside to Geldof. That one's batted out, but will remain Zaragoza ball on the baseline. Another change as Gulchan will come into the game and Vida Kish comes out as coach Yıldızoğlu runs through his roster now, giving some of the bench players minutes on the floor. Pass inside is a score for Atkinson. Yalcin back to Gulchan. Double screen for Yalcin to use. Mavunga offers it again. Shot clock down to 2. Gulchan throws up a prayer. No good. A rebound pulled in by Ortiz. Another foul is called. Both teams in the penalty. Another unnecessary foul for Mavunga. Because they're in the penalty, they'll walk to the other end of the floor for Ortiz. Lacozana's come into the game. Atkinson heads out. First is good.
Casademont Zaragoza'da oyuncu değişikliği giren oyuncu 2 numara Petra Olesinska.
Olesinska in for Ortiz as she completes the double on the free throws. Atash. Mavunga sets the screen. Atash fades inside. Wide open. Three ball goes up. No good. Long rebound pulled down by Mavunga. Gulchan. My mistake. It's Yaya. Yaya dives it inside. Rejected. Will draw the foul though. Yaya will head to the free throw line.
Yaya 2 serbest atış kullanacak.
Yaya at the line. 26-year-old. Shooting 43% from the free throw line this season. It's the first of her 2. Her first points of the game. Mavunga tries to bat it off Gulbe. It's held on to by Lacozana. So now going to continue to plug away Zaragoza, even though their hopes of being at the Final Fours are faded. Coast to coast, the score is good. Sinem Atash. Her first points of the game as well, as coach Yıldızoğlu is able to run the bench a little bit deeper now that they have secured this Game 3 win. They have secured their spot at the 2024 EuroLeague Women Final Fours. Foul's going to be called as Pointer goes strong to the basket. Mavunga called for the foul. We'll see her head out of the game and Virakish come back in.
Pointer 2 serbest atış kullanacak.
Pointer at the line for 2. The first is good. Plenty of free throws here in this fourth quarter. As we close out the final 1 minute and 20 seconds here. Pointer at the line for 2. Hits the first. Personal tally of 8 points now for Kayla Pointer. Just her third game in EuroLeague Women this season. Being brought in late to help Zaragoza. Keys back out now to Atash. Yalchin. Door closed on her. Shot clock down to 3. High arcing. Geldof bats it away. Gulbe picks up the loose ball. 50 seconds left in the game. Lacozana, corner pocket. No good. Geldof with another rebound. Olesinska fakes the 3. Shot clock down to 4, pass inside to Geldof. Nice positioning by Serena Lynn Geldof. 23-point lead for Cukurova as they look to close this one out. 25 seconds left on the game clock. Lacozana now. Cukurova will be at this year's Final Four. Back-to-back appearances. That is huge for this Mersin-based team. It really is. That's what they were trying to do. That's what they were talking about last year. It wasn't about just being happy that they'd made it there. It was always about dynasty. It was always about building a legacy, a continued successful program. And they have got back, straight back to the Final Fours in their second year. Strong play, 17 seconds left. Surely we'll see Cukurova just close this one out now. And the fans are on their feet. They're celebrating here as Cukurova are headed to the EuroLeague Women Final Fours. 2 seasons in a row. What an achievement by this Turkish team. Celebrations on the floor as the final buzzer goes. Our final score here is Cukurova 86. Zaragoza 63. Cukurova joined Fenerbahce